You're live. All right. Oops. Okay. Yo. 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 Here. All right. I'm not sure what's happening here today. I think I'm all by myself. I'm so lonely. So lonely. Like the police. I'm so lonely. It's just me by myself, everybody. I wonder if I can share a screen on the. Can I share a screen here? Oh, wait. I can share a screen on stream. Yeah, I can share a screen. Anyone there? Let's see. I don't see anybody. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my job to take. Give me a thumbs up if anyone's here. I don't see anybody here, so it looks like it's just your old buddy Josh. Let's see here real quickly. Got a thumbs up. There's one thumbs up. You go, baby. Am I showing up? All right, there you go, Kirk, Kevin. So I'm not on my StreamYard thing. I'm just on YouTube because I wasn't able to log in to StreamYard. It was able to log in, but it wasn't. Well, StreamYard says not your fault. It's our fault. Keep trying again. So I was like, I'm trying again. I'm trying to kept screwing up. So I said, I'll just go on YouTube like the old days of doing this. All right. Looks like cool. Looks like got Andrew in the house. Vape King. All right. Big news today, boys. Big news. You know what the big news is? Who knows the big news? Huge news. Huge news. Who knows the big news? Who wants to take a gander what the big news was? JD was great. I think we got Yannick Lestrade. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen you around these parts before, Yannick Lestrade. What the hell does that mean? Is that some kind of, what the hell is Yannick Lestrade? Is that a French name? Yannick? Sounds like a Hebrew name, isn't it? Yannick, Hebrew, French Hebrew, or something like that. Who knows what the big news is? Anyone? Take a, man, I already lost a couple people here. I guess they're very upset that I'm not on StreamYard today. Been there before, yes, French, American for years. I don't know, man. An 80s tennis player? Something happened to an 80s tennis player? I don't know. If you're French, Yannick, I don't think you qualify for being American. Sorry. You know, even, oh my God, what's the dude's name from freaking Democracy in America? Who the hell wrote that Democracy in America book? Lafayette? I think it's Lafayette, right? YouTube is messing with us. Well, the StreamYard before, was YouTube screwing up here too, Andrew? I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I don't know. All I know is big news today. What happened? Come on, someone needs to tell me what happened. You guys got to know this, man. It's a big flipping deal. I don't expect Yannick Lestrade to know because he's French, so he doesn't know anything about American culture. But Andrew, hell, you're the Midwest. You got to know. I mean, I don't think Kirk does because in Portland, Oregon. Only thing Kirk knows is croissants. Actually, Kirk and Yannick Lestrade probably hang out eating like croissants. You have two separate pending streams. One is only one is working. Yeah, because the other one was. Oh, I see. Yeah, the other one wasn't because StreamYard was screwing up. All right, let me just delete that one. Yep, just living here 20 years. Doesn't work, Yannick. Sorry. Unless you're an illegal immigrant or you've been living here for multi-generations, you can't claim American status. Sorry. So let me get rid of the other stream. What I'm going to do here is Gruski. All right, hold on. Let me go to the other stream here and delete this one because that's freaking stupid StreamYard. If I die before I wake, I pray my Lord that's my job to take. If I die before I wake, I pray. Let's see. Let me try one more time on this here. I pray the Lord my job to take. Quit your job now. I'm going to try one more time over here. Let's see if it works. Let me guess. Nope, that's still not working. Okay, good. So StreamYard, dropping the ball, man. Dropping the ball. I feel like I'm a Verizon customer, which I am. And remember Verizon had everything canceled or something like that. All right. Hold on. Hang tight, my friends. Hang tight. I know you're waiting on with bated breath, my words, because everything I say comes true. Delete broadcast. All right, we're going to delete it from delete on. Man. There we go. So it's deleted. So it should just be us crazy kids. By the way, my puppy isn't a mutt. He's an Australian cattle dog, blue heeler. Unfortunately, he's blind, but listens to all your shows. He pops the like button every time. It's fantastic. Another storm headed for freaking Florida. Damn, dude. There's a screeching sound. Oh, what you say? New avatar for me. Mountain illustration for our friends up in. Yeah, let's say prayers. Actually, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we just pray for our brothers and sisters and everybody that's just stranded, lost everything. Even those who are not stranded anymore, who are still just don't even know where to turn. We just pray for them, Lord. We just pray. Just you know what to do. You know how to help them. We just pray that your spirit pierces their heart to turn to you in this time of trying. And we pray that your spirit pierces our heart to help as much as we possibly can. It's so hard, it's so easy to ignore them when we just live our day-to-day lives. But please, good Lord, please help us remember them. Help us do what we can to contribute financially, prayers. Prayer is the most important thing, but to whom much is given, much is expected. We are obligated to help financially as well. We just pray for them, Lord. We pray in Jesus' name, amen. I don't know if I can share this with you or not, but I'm just gonna. Can I share on here? Oh, I think I can share a screen. I haven't read this. I was gonna do a video on it, but I haven't read it yet. So let's check this out. Because any thought on the market after election, regardless of who get? Nah, dude. Just so can I click on that to make it show up? I don't know. So based on, I'm not. This is gonna be a different live stream because I can't click on your comment to make it show up. But it's a good question, Yannick. Any thoughts on the market after election, regardless of who gets in? All-time highs for the S&P 500. Dude, I hear that. I hear that all the time, Yannick. And the S&P is basically always at an all-time high. Always. I mean, just look at a chart, and you can log it. You can just have it just nominal. It doesn't matter, but it's always at an all-time high. I mean, literally not always, but it's the way of the nature of the beast. I mean, if the market didn't have a bias, an upward bias, no one would invest. That's just all there is to it. So the market inherently has an upward bias. I mean, so because of that, what you're going to get is it's always at all-time highs. Sometimes it's not, but it's always tracking that direction. Does that mean it will always be like that? No. But I mean, the facts are, if you're investing, you're investing for a reason because you think you're going to make more money in the market, then you'd make more money doing something else. It's just that simple, man. So, I mean, I don't think the election matters, frankly. In fact, if anything, I think the markets outperform Republicans when the Democrats are in office. And whatever. I mean, like I was reading this article. Who sent this to me? Some guy sent me an article today. A good guy. What the hell did that guy say? I was like, dude, are you kidding? I want to see what he said. He said, recessions are. This is what it was. The guy, my man Bob, right here. I think it's Bob. He said, if I can find this guy's article, right here. Deficits are horrible, but they're bullish. Chart and focus. And he shows us. I can't really. Again, I don't know how to share a screen on this thing anymore. Oh wait, was I just trying to share a screen? I think I do. Oh yeah, there we go. Can I do it? Let me see if this works. Yeah, I think I'm sharing. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna share the screen. So right there, oops. Can you all see that? So his it's so freaking stupid. Deficits are horrible, and market. So I'm gonna bring this up because this actually ticked me off. Talk about correlation is not causation. I was like, come on, man, you're not, dude. Even me, I'm just a freaking caveman, dude. And even I said, dude, this is just an idiotic thing to say. To say because this happened is led to this happened, and this is what results were. Just come on, freaking pull your head up your rear end and say, huh? Does that make any sense? And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. I don't trust the jobs number at all. In fact, all these economists that I follow who are kind of left-wing guys, what are you going to say now, MAGA? Now that you got great jobs. I said, didn't they still, or even if their numbers were true, they still reduced the jobs amounts by 888,000 last month. So even if they're up 100,000 from previous month, from the last month, they're still down over $750,000. It's just the whole thing. It's just silly. This stuff is so silly. Like, oh, today numbers came up. My side is right. Last week, oh, those numbers aren't that bad. Of course you. I mean, just I'm like sitting there. I'm biased towards my side, but I'm just like, I expect more from economists than to be just like, what are you saying now? I'm like, because the jobs are on the upside by 150, whatever the hell it was. It's like, what? They were what? It's like it's childish. It's childish. That's stupid. And I'm sitting there thinking, but they're still down $750,000 even after the upside revisions. What? But then the question is, what kind of jobs are these? That's what I said, and the guy didn't respond to me, of course. I said, look, we can have jobs coming out your butt. But the facts are, according to the BLS, who the freaking economists always follow, the BLS said real wages haven't increased since 2006. That's a fact, Jack. So all these jobs, we all got jobs, but the jobs as a real wage is the exact same wage that we had in 2006. All this has done is kept up with inflation. That's it. It hasn't advanced. And then since Biden has gone down, these are a fact from BLS, not from me, from BLS. So how do you say, oh, look at the job? Real wages haven't gone up since 2006. That you can argue all day long, and then some guy says, "Oh yeah, but what was the unemployment rate?" I said, again, this is so freaking stupid. Democrats used to be for wages. They used to want restrictions of immigration, restrictions of basically. That's why they love unions or big on unions, because they know for a fact when you restrict entry, you restrict competition. The people who are right there, the incumbents, have increased buying power. When you restrict immigration and you restrict, this is how it was. The restriction of immigration, the restriction of not open shops but closed shops is a tariff. Is all it is. It restricts competition, which means the incumbents get more. It's just that simple. That's why they like closed shops unions. That's why the Democrats did their bidding, because the Democrats said we will ensure they get closed shops, which keeps people out from competing, and makes these people more valuable, and they'll get to us. That's why we want to increase the minimum wage, because increasing minimum wage does what? It restricts competition. This is just basic stuff here. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to recognize this. If we say you have to have a $20 minimum wage to compete for my job, and you're looking at freaking Joe Snuffy, who just barely graduated school and has nenever worked before, you're like, I'm not sure I can risk $20 an hour on this guy. Maybe I'll give Josh $25 an hour because I know he's kind of lazy and stuff, but at least I know he can do the job. This is just basic economics. Minimum wage restricts competition. Closed union shops restrict competition. Restricted immigration restricts competition. These same people, it's a tariff on these things. These same people know it, and they'll scream bloody murder about tariffs. It's freaking insane, dude. It's insane. And so they sit there and say, oh, the jobs, like the labor, the costs, the real wages haven't gone up. And you can say they kept up with inflation. That's fine. I got no problem with that. That's just a fact. But in terms of real wages increasing, they haven't happened. The Laffer curve, double the workforce without increasing demand, and what brought that about? Josh, look at the Laffer curve, and are you spelling Laffer like that on purpose, Carl? So the Laffer curve was, I don't know about the double the work. I don't know about that. I just know the Laffer curve said basically you have all this. It's almost like when you have melting ice caps. This is the whole point about CO2 and all the idiots were saying we're going to melt the ice cap. You have all the CO2 kind of trapped in the ice. And so if the ice caps are melting, all the CO2 is going to go in the atmosphere and turn. It's like this vicious cycle. It's stupid. It's just dumb. People fall for this like dumb. There's no other way around that. But anyway, that's what the Laffer curve was basically. We have such a high tax burden that people are just basically, they're reducing their labor because they don't want to pay taxes. And Ronald Reagan talked about that, why he turned to become a Republican. The lady who wrote Pippi Longstocking talked about that. And I wrote that about her in one of my books. That's why she was a socialist. And that's why she became a non-socialist. Essentially what the Laffer curve says, if you reduce taxes, you're going to improve the income tax people make, simply because you're going to allow, basically you're going to allow the ingenuity and creativity to more rise. And he was right to some extent. He was right. But you can't keep reducing. The Laffer curve worked then, but it's not really going to work so much now because the tax rates are so low. And you could make an argument a little bit. But basically, the whole point was, if you reduce taxes, they're going to be less revenue for the government, which I like. First of all, I want the government to have less revenue. But he said, no, it'll be more revenue because we have this fake cap on productivity. Once you get rid of that cap on productivity, you're going to have expansion of growth, expansion of ingenuity, expansion of the tax base, and expansion of taxes that will be paid, even though the tax rates are reduced. And he was right. But the issue is that doesn't mean it always is like that. It's just it's not. In fact, Chloe and I, because when we went to the University of Georgia tailgate today, we didn't go to the game. And when no one talked about what happened today, by the way, no one talked about that. Does anybody know what big thing happened today? No, Cesar Chavez. No, that's not right. Cesar Chavez was for closed borders. Cesar Chavez was not for open borders. No, he wanted restrictions. He knew how to get his employees paid more. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. Oh my goodness. Does anyone not know what's going on? Oh boy. No, Cesar, look at Cesar Chavez. No, he was not for open borders. Come on, man. Do you believe the job? No, I still don't believe the jobs number, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just people are going to be, if they can wave their freaking umbrella or whatever, they're cheerleading for their side. I just expected more from economists. You know, I just, this is my frustration. I just expected more. I said, come on, man. It's so childish for a professor of economics. I mean, look, I get it. Professor of sociology, those people are just stupid as hell. I mean, come on. You know, professor of just what astrophysics, like, I mean, come on, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, come on, you can't get much more idiotic than that guy. But an economist is supposed to be a guy who's a rational thinker. This whole thing about economics, what a rational person would do. You know, who decides what rational? That's what we debate on. But it's just like, and having these economists, I'm like, it's just it belittles the industry. It'd be like a mathematician saying, "Oh, my freaking Pythagorean theorem says this." Like, but it's just so embarrassing. It's just disappointing. Anyway, so I was talking to Chloe today, and her economics professor, is a chick, and she said, you know, just I can't believe how many times we've been wrong about economics. And I said, well, at least she acknowledges it, because a lot of economists don't. They don't acknowledge they're incorrect. And I just, well, good. I'm glad she acknowledges that, because, you know, they just, you know, and they're just wrong. I mean, it's literally, and these guys get paid big bucks to guide governments, institutions, capital formation. You know, it's so embarrassing, man. I mean, these are basically smart sounding people who aren't that smart, if that makes sense. Because if they were that smart, they would have gone to mathematics. You see what I'm saying? But they can't. They can't compete with mathematics profession. And remember, so economics has basically physics envy, because economics wants to be treated as a real science. And it's just not. It's a social science. It will forever be. Physics has math envy. All right. Physics wants to be treated as if it's mathematics. And it's just not. Mathematics is where the truth is. And I'm not smart enough for math, because I can't sit still. I'm too hyper. I'll admit it, right? 100%. I don't know if these mathematicians are telling me the truth or not. No clue at all. I don't know. I go along with them because I say, yeah, okay. Well, it doesn't really affect me on a day-to-day basis, but so if you say so. But I am smart enough to know economics for sure. And that's kind of like probably it's like smart enough to be not smart enough, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But I don't take lightly for fools. And that's what a lot of these economists are fools. They're just like, let me show you how smart I am. Well, how come you're not a mathematician? Well, because you're not smart enough. That's why. You know you're not. You can't compete with those guys. Why aren't you a physicist? Well, because you're not smart enough for them either. That's what it is. Economics, you're smarter than sociologists. Wow. Holy crap. You're smarter than a sociologist. Whoa. Wow. Here's your freaking 19th, you came 19th in a 20-person race. It's embarrassing. And then you get out there and say, the jobs numbers, what do you think about that, MAGA? Hey, look, an economist did it on the jobs numbers. What do you think about that, Bidenites? I'd be like, this is freaking stupid. Ugh. Anyways, let me just show you something here. This is freaking so dumb. I'm actually in a good mood. Hanging out with my kids today. And two of my kids, Georgia won, Alabama lost, which is huge. And it's going to be a good college football playoff. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't think I'd actually get back into college football because I was, until they got the playoff, but now they got the playoff. All right. So let's go into this. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my job to take. That's from a band called The Six and the Violence. And the dude from the guy from Jethro Tull, says the best band you never heard of. The Six and the Violence. Ian, what the hell is that guy name from Ian? Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. The Six and the Violence. Petty Staycheck. Such a good song. Quit your job, quit your job, quit your job now. Quit your job, quit your job, quit your job. Josh, what are your thoughts on donor advised funds as opposed to regular contributions from your petty paycheck? Yeah, I can no qualm with donor advised funds. It doesn't bother me. There's that screeching sound again. How dare you, Denise? Probabilistic models do not generate Sammy GG. Women do serve. Denise, you didn't actually say men should be conscripted, did you? Oh, Denise. There's Penelope. Penelope, I didn't know you're married. All right. I had a sneaky suspicion you were because you went, well, I don't know. Because Marie's here. Marie's not married, and Marie crushes. I got my degree in bird grooming. Let's see. Denise and Penelope are all of a sudden quiet. Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. So what's Denise and Penelope saying? That men should be drafted? I can't imagine Denise saying we should be drafted. No way. That doesn't make any sense. I think we should have secure borders, welcome immigrants through the normal channels to ensure infrastructure can properly serve. Yep. 100%. Who secures those borders? Oh, Carl, you're itching for a fight. Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. Emotions are a useful servant, but a terrible master, says Carl, who's being very emotional here. Oh, boy. Well, Carl, don't itch for a fight. Farmland being sold by hundreds of acres of building duplex housing. Oh, you want to hear something crazy? In Brunswick, Maine, where my granddad was a commander of the Brunswick Naval Base back in the 60s, I think, where my mom was. My mom was born in San Francisco, but she went to school in Brunswick, Maine for a couple years, for 3 years, I guess. They're putting illegal immigrants, refugees, in free housing. They're building these new apartments that they were building for homeless veterans. But, homeless veterans are a second fiddle to illegal immigrants from, I don't know where the hell they're from. I don't think it's Haiti. I think it's Africa. And these people are getting rents for free. No gas bill, no utilities, debit cards, rents for free. And guess where that money's coming from? Take a wild, wild guess. And some lady, some Spanish last name lady, interviewed some of these. Goes, I don't pay anything. Oh, I don't pay anything in their accent. I get for free for 2 years. 2 years. Now you can still, if you're a homeless veteran, you can still go there and rent a place for $1,900 a month for one bedroom place. And these things are full. They got fully furnished. Dude, it's like. This is where I know Trump won't win. They're rubbing it in our faces. They would not do that. Well, I don't know. I look at it two ways. Either they want they're trying to destroy Kamala in the crib, or they're rubbing it. I can't decide. So what do you guys think? Are they basically doing this? They just can't have Kamala win, or are they doing this because they know they're gonna win and they don't care? I think it's the latter. I think they're doing it because they're going to win and they know it. They say it doesn't matter. You guys don't. You can vote. You can't vote your way out of this. We control everything. It doesn't matter what you think. There's no way Anthony Blinken would post something on friggin' X saying how we're giving $175 million to Lebanese migrants, or not migrants, refugees. There's just no way. They want more hostilities. If you weighed all the economists, look at Penelope. Damn, all right. Penelope, I know you're a Medicare person, but that's pretty actually good. If you laid all the economists end to end, you'd never reach a conclusion. But it's not a divide and conquer, Kenny G, because we're already divided. It's just, I just think I can't believe, like, politically it's insane. You would never post that, 30 days out of an election unless you had something you knew that no one else did, because it's so just picking a fight. It's so picking. What's the word I looked for? Hostile. I don't even know what it is. It's so like, what are you gonna do about it? Time for me to get some rest. Have a good weekend. See you, Denise. Hope you're doing okay. I've already been kicked off the live stream 3 times for ads. What do you mean they kick you off for ads? I don't get it. Why would they kick you off for? I don't get it. Why would they kick you off for ads? Yeah. I'm starting to get a little bit leery of this women love strong men because it means they don't have to worry about their future. There's a guy who posted that something on that today. He's like, when I talk to pretty Christian girls, they all say they want a strong man. And my first thing is like, why are you talking to so many pretty Christian girls, dude? But that's kind of weird to me. Don't be an ass. I am ill and need rest. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Carl. Be nice, dude. Denise, you just gotta laugh at him, man. Gotta laugh at Carl. Ads both video and there's a banner that covers the chat. Yeah, see, we're not on the regular thing here. I don't know we're on YouTube. I couldn't get on StreamYard. Really? There's an ad so the ads are coming in while I'm doing this. Is that what's happening? And that doesn't happen normally, right? I don't know how it works. Also, it's just on YouTube right now. We're not on any other platform. Really? So like I'm sitting here talking and all of a sudden an ad will show up? I just saw an ad? That doesn't make oh man, okay. Well, sorry about that, guys. I didn't do it. I don't know. I just click on the stupid button. How to skip it to get back. Oh yeah, that sucks, dude. No, sorry about that. Again, we're on YouTube only right now. We're not StreamYard wouldn't work for me. I don't know why. So it wouldn't work. Yeah, if we keep I don't want to do that, man. That sucks. Mine is not showing ads. Oh, because you're probably got the do you pay the $9.99 a month, Joe? I know, or whatever is $11.99 a month. Penelope married 42 years. Funny when I pointed out to my husband, he just shook his head softly and said, sure seems longer. Coming through fine Sterling Court. No, the video ad is on the TV app, not on the mobile, but the mobile has a banner over the chat. Huh. And Jill doesn't have premium. There's still no. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. All right. Anyway, so let me show you this thing here. This is freaking insanity. Yeah, it won't be our best live stream. I'm on my laptop. So I think Andrew said if you're on your phone, it wouldn't show the ads. I type the mobile app and watch on the TV. Basic YouTube. Okay. All right. So check this out. Hopefully you see this. So here's this guy right here. Deficits are bullish. Budget surpluses are bearish. All right. So so here's a budget surplus. He's saying 2000. And that's when the markets crashed because of a budget he's literally saying the markets crashed because of a budget surplus. All right. And here he's saying, look, this is when we had budget surpluses. This is when we had budget surpluses. And this is when we had budget surpluses. All right. So the absurdity of this is so friggin' stupid, man. So what caused this crash? What caused that crash? What caused this crash? It's just freaking stupid. But it's even worse. It's even worse than just stupid. Because, all right, so budget surpluses, and actually that wasn't a budget surplus, but basically from 1996 to 2000, the Republican-controlled Congress and Clinton, to his credit, they got together and they cut government spending. And that started happening even right here in terms of deficits as a percentage of the GDP. We had budget surpluses in 96 to basically 2000. So he's saying annual federal deficit is a percentage of GDP. Well, guess what? So if the budget surplus is what causes deficits, then doesn't it inherently make sense that if our budget deficit as a percentage of GDP is dropping, that would also be bullish? Would be bearish, bearish. So budget surpluses are bearish. How about when our budget deficit as a percentage of GDP is way up here and then it goes way down here? Why? So it's just a magic number. It's a penny over budget. It's a penny of budget deficit, and that's bullish. But it's a penny budget surplus, and that's bearish. That's so freaking stupid. It's stupid. What this? You only got 4 instances here of going back to 1928. So we got, what is that? Freaking 100 years. You got 4 instances. In 4 instances, we have bear market, bear market, bear market. I mean, they're freaking all over the place. I cannot. This is economists, man. I'm like, it's like so stupid. Ah, oh, you couldn't see it? But it said I was sharing the screen. It said I was sharing the screen. Really? It said I was sharing the screen, man. It says sharing screen. I said hit screen share. Hit that guy. Hit share. All right. So now I'm going to go hit the screen. Do it again. So I'm assuming right now you can't. You can't. You're not seeing the screen. All right. Can Can y'all see that? You see me now, but not my screen share. Well, that sucks. No. Oh, okay. Huh. What the hell happened? Hey, Marie! Marie's in the house. So check this out. This is what I'm talking about. So we got this screen right here. I know y'all can't see it that well. Yeah, you can. Oh, sweet. And you can see. Check this out. Oops. Deficits are horrible, but they are bullish. All right. So here's his 4 instances of government surpluses. Right here, right there, right there, right there. So we take it right here. Oh my goodness, government surplus and the S&P fell. Government surplus and the S&P fell. Government surplus, the S&P fell. Okay. Government surplus, the S&P fell. Oh, S&P fell. What caused that? Wasn't a government surplus. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The S&P fell. Certainly wasn't government surplus. S&P fell. What caused that? But even worse, the stupidity of this is, and these are economists, this is what I'm trying to say. Here is the budget deficit percentage of GDP going down significantly. So what I'm saying is, if there's a magic that $1 above in a deficit is bullish, but $1 below in terms of a surplus is bearish, does anyone actually think that? This right here should be very bearish, given that the government surplus, government deficit as a percentage of GDP is dropping, and yet the market was going crazy. Oh no, that's bullish because there's still deficits, but the deficits are being reduced as a percentage of GDP. Nope, still bullish. So if I'm at $1 deficit, that's bullish. Yes, but if I'm at $1 surplus, that's bearish. Yes, that's right. And your reasoning is what? Well, we have these 4 instances of government surpluses when this was even a surplus, and you can see every time we had a government surplus, we had a S&P 500 falling. And it's like, well, that's not really much of a fall. In fact, I don't even know if you could call that a fall right there. And that fall happened well after the budget surplus. And this right here, according to your chart, is not even a budget surplus. You got to add mid-sentence on my iPhone. You're not the Wizard of Oz. Okay. Josh, you have read the Book of Numbers yet? Great guys for Liam. Stats make me misogynist, I guess. Yeah, but just Kurt or Carl. The issue is no one wants to be told, like, hey, I mean, I think a lot of people jump on here to argue, not here specifically, but it sounds like you are jumping on to argue. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. They just don't. They're like, I'm not here to argue. It's just my opinion. No big deal. And there's no reason, no one has to justify why they don't want to argue. They just, I don't feel like arguing about it. So that's simple. It's okay. Twitter is good for arguing. You go back and forth all day, but most people here are pretty, I don't say close group of people, but if we got together, I guarantee everyone would be patting each other on the backs. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Dan and Marie, freaking Andrew, Pulverize, even Pulverize would get a pat on the back. I don't know if I might, I don't know if I pat him on the back. I hold people, a lot of white knights who defend. No, I think at the end of the day, I don't think Denise needs anyone to defend her. And if you knew what her background was, you would agree. I didn't see anything where she said men are going to be conscripted to protect the border. I actually have a sneaky suspicion she would agree with that. That she would agree that men should be protecting the border. 100%. Just don't pat my butt, Andrew. I won't come anywhere near your butt, dude. Trust me. Won't come anywhere near your butt. No sirree. Last thing I want to be is anywhere near Andrew's butt. That sounds like a freaking. That sounds creepy. All right, see my. Oh, so I was going to show you. Let's see if I can't show you this article here too. Yeah, this was just funny. Some pastor guy or what, I don't know, he's a pastor. Let me see if he responded back. Actually, I want to see. I'm gonna look at my Twitter thing. I don't like I don't like white knighting. I grant you. Uh, the wizard turned out to be a pretty good guy. Also know the wizard, the Black Sabbath song. Right here, some guy just real quick. I do, Carl. Twitters were arguing is fun. It's like some guy says, "Scoop." An unprecedented number of airplanes, helicopters, and drones swooping in to help Hurricane Helene recovery efforts are posing a safety threat. There were 30 near midair collisions last Saturday, said a federal source. This guy said, I said, a federal source tells me, huh? Yeah. Anyway, then all these people like posted, don't know. It's just funny. All these people just killing this guy on this. It's like a federal source told me that Donald Trump is Hitler. I want to see if. Oh, right here, some guy posted. Native Americans didn't just lose land; it was stolen from them. Important distinction. And I said, stolen by superior fighting men. Time to stop apologizing. It is time to stop apologizing. Everywhere else in history, superior fighting men take land. Just a fact. And it's just going, and he boycotted me, whatever it is. Kind of, I think it's funny. Right here, another one I thought was funny. This guy, Matthew Iglesias, whatever that guy's name is. He's quoting a Washington Post thing. No, Biden didn't take FEMA relief money to use on migrants, but Trump did. And then this guy posts all these articles, headlines about Biden taking FEMA money to use for migrants. It's just funny, man. It's like the media is just, people just, for some reason, trust it. All right. I can't, I guess I won't be able to find. Damn. Anyway, so the guy would say, yeah, it's just, he's like, women want masculine men, blah, 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 all these pretty Christian girls, blah, 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 get out there and be a masculine man. I was like, dude, I asked my wife, I said, do you think it'd be weird if I start talking to pretty Christian girls about what they're looking for? She goes, yeah, don't do that. I said, yeah, I won't. Where would you get, let's see, a fire chief was removed after threatening private air efforts. Yeah. I'm over that today. Just visit Kenny SpaceX. Great moon landing display. They're graphic designers and one of a kind. Yeah, just all right. Yeah, we'll probably stop. I didn't want you guys to get hit with all these. I didn't know why you're getting hit with all these ads, man. Anyway, I'm just gonna show you this one other thing that we'll get out of here because I didn't realize we're gonna have all these ads. That's not what I wanted. But what's that? Can you all see this? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. This is from I haven't read this article. FEMA's failure leaves Hurricane Helene victims crying out for help. Look at that, dude. That's just crazy, man. Again, one North Carolina official who works with groups in the hurricane battered area. Look, when I hear that, an official, that doesn't make me say, oh, that must be the truth, because you can quote officials all day long. Both sides can do this, I grant you. The left is perfect at this, but anyway, the washed out mud-caked roads and bridges of Madison County, North Carolina, and the desperation of the Appalachian inhabitants are testament to the merciless destruction of Hurricane Helene. That so many remain lost, trapped, hungry, and hopeless a week after the hurricane unleashed historic rains is horrifying. Some residents and family members say to the abject incompetence of the Biden administration, 100%. Sarah Parkhurst of Montgomery, Alabama, born and raised in the small town shadows of Asheville, tells the Federalist that she thanks God for the private citizens that have lent a helping hand because the federal government hasn't. Her mother, who runs a nonprofit Hot Springs Health Program in Hot Springs, has been literally begging at FEMA for critical supplies. They desperately need oxygen for stranded homebound seniors. They need food, clean water, and shelter. And they need body bags. The heartbreaking work of collecting the dead is far from over. My mom says so many people are still stuck there asking for body bags. The dead from Helene alone, at least numbered 206 states as of Thursday afternoon, expected to climb. There's 60 dead in Buncombe County alone. Anyway, so the point being is, if this wasn't, basically people, the celebrity, everybody be over this like stink on crap. YouTube is getting a lot of the interruptions during this program. Okay, yeah, we'll cut out of here just a second. My wife is my favorite pretty Christian. Hopefully, yeah. And we don't want to be, look, nothing wrong with talking to people. The idea of going out and soliciting pretty Christian girls to talk to about who they're looking for a man. Yeah, that sounds creepy to me, frankly. No Christian man should be doing that. Not that, but why is it, who decides what's pretty or not? Well, you deserve, obviously, yeah, but I mean, come on. Not all women are looking for I just don't like it. I only had the one ad, nothing since. Yeah, I don't know why some of you guys are getting it. Maybe because you live in freaking, maybe you're living in, I don't know, a state that's politically active or something like that, or it's a battleground state or something like that. All right, but yeah, I don't want to get you all these ads. Anyway, point being, I just thought it was very interesting that if this wasn't, poor white people, this would be all over the media. In fact, I was watching stupid David Muir yesterday. I just watched his headlines because I was getting ready to turn to Jeopardy, and I forgot, not Jeopardy, I was getting ready to turn to Wheel of Fortune. And David Muir says all the headlines, and I think it had hardly anything to do with Hurricane Helene. I said, dude, if this is Katrina, you guys would be on the like stink on crap or like white on rice. PRNJ does have its issues. I don't know what the PRNJ is. I'm in a swing state, so maybe that's why I keep getting tons of political ad interruptions. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Marie says she ain't gonna add either. Most because you're a woman, Marie. Yep, and there's Penelope not getting ads either because you're women. See, this I literally, People's Republic, New Jersey. Carl, you're sounding left. Josh needs to watch. No, man, I don't need to do anything. I hate when people I hate when people tell me what I need to do. Always hated it, always will. I hate it. You need to do no, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to hear someone else's point of view. I mean, I might, but I don't need to hear it because some guy tells me. The more people say what I need to do, the less like I'm going to do it. That's just a fact. In fact, it's very interesting. And when you actually open the good book, we know for a fact, Jesus says all the time that even you're going to be, I'm not hated in your own city, but no one's going to listen to your words in your own city. You see what I'm saying? Very interesting. Now, the reason for that is people kind of know who you are. They're like, I don't care. They're like, Jesus, now, this is Jesus we're talking about. You need to dye your hair. But when I've never liked people, I'll never had a roommate when he's in the army. And I was, I outranked him. I'll never forget. We had an inspection, coming up for the first sergeant. He goes, all right, we got to do this, and you need to do this. I was like, dude, don't. When people say you need to do that to me, it makes me go. I'm like freaking. What's that guy's name in Back to the Future? Michael J. Fox. You're a chicken. Like, he didn't like being. I hate when people tell me what I need to do. Drives me insane. I'm like, dude, no. I pull up a block. I say, I'm not doing crap. Anyone says I need to do X, Y, Z, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at all. In fact, it's funny because Jill had emailed me a couple of times, and I actually ended up, because we're going back and forth, and I bought a book that she suggested. She goes, you might want to read this. I said, I'll check. That sounds of interest. But when someone says you need to watch James Sexton, you'll know how blah, blah, blah. Oh, that has no appeal to me at all. I'm in the house. Hey, there's Ted. Right on. But interesting, my reaction. Well, Carl, I know you're on here. You're always kind of, getting into it with people. And it's okay to do. But if they don't want to get into it with you, doesn't mean they're running away. Especially when Denise, freaking one of the toughest hombres I know. The idea that Denise is like backing off from a confrontation with Carl. I mean, dude. Oh my goodness. Some people just don't want to get into YouTube arguments. It's okay. Doesn't mean they're weak. Uh, when my mom told me well, yeah, because my mom could no pulverizer. My mom told me I need to clean my plate. If I didn't clean my plate, let's just put it this way: there's a wooden spoon that finds its way across my face. Uh, I have $3 a fight I can't win. No, 100%, dude. 100%. Denise made a statement, couldn't defend it. Um, I think Ryan's okay. Penelope, I thought he's okay. What do you think? I mean, I think he's okay. I was a little bit. I first saw him. I was like, "Damn, what?" Pat, I didn't realize Pat had retired, and my wife said, "No, you just retired last week." I said, "Really?" I didn't because we watch almost every night. We're old, but yeah, I think he's doing okay. Dave Ramsey interviewed Trump. I have not. I probably won't. Especially fast said, if you tell me I need to watch Dave Ramsey interview Trump. I thought Ryan was pretty good. He's not as funny as Pat. Pat's funny as hell, man. What I hate when someone asks my opinion on something and I give it, they accuse me of being judgmental, whatever, even though I say clear is my opinion. What I think, yeah, what I'm saying, I can't stand that. I'm not saying Carl's doing that, but I'm just saying, me too. I'm like, but they a lot of times uh, they don't even ask your opinion. You just, this is my opinion. How dare you? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, ugh. It's like, dude, just everyone can have opinions. It's okay. Why do people get so upset, man? Your opinion's your opinion. People get really angry about people's opinions. I just don't want to get angry about stuff. That's the thing. I just don't care. I'm like, dude, I get more important things to worry about than some person's opinion on YouTube. I just don't care. It's fun on Twitter to go back and forth. I do it on YouTube. Yeah, Colby hating on Vanna. I know, dude. That's crazy. Why I gotta hate on Vanna White, the Crypt Creeper? Oh my goodness. People hate my kids' whole life. Dude, it's funny, Kirk. You want to hear something about whole life insurance? I was talking to a guy yesterday. CPA controller at a decent sized corporate. He's got 500. Was how much do you have in there? Maybe $450,000 of cash value in his Northwestern Mutual whole life plans they took out in the early 2000s, paying over 4.5%, and that's tax free. The big fat death benefit that if he doesn't use the cash value, his wife will get tax free. Opinions just mean you have an opinionated, want nothing more. She was too old for the job 20 years ago. Yeah, but in the 80s, she was hot, pulverizer. You know it. Pulverizer, you're checking out little Vanna in the 80s when she's walking across, turning those letters. Yeah, arguing with the Ramsey crowd or arguing with the Vanguard crowd, too. The Vanguard crowd will insist it makes no sense ever, 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 ever to have a fee on your account. None, I mean, a fee on a mutual fund. I'm like, yeah, because the difference between 4 basis points and 10 is really going to make a big difference. Oh, yeah, well, John. I'm like, I saw John Fogerty stop. Dude, but freaking Vanna was, dude, in the 80s, Vanna was freaking rocking, man. Trust me. You know who else was rocking was Susie Somers, whatever that chick's name, and Janet from Three's Company. Remember Three's Company? Carl, tell me you weren't checking out little Susie, whatever the hell that chick's name was, and Janet, whew, and Jack. Now that's Three's Company is so freaking funny. Oh man, I love Three's Company. That's so funny. Suzanne Summers, yeah, freaking dude, it didn't get. I mean, it's just insanely good looking, lady. Good night. I don't know what she looks like now. I imagine it's not very good. Did I ever tell you when I was in the army and it was in basic training? So this is 1988, 1989, and my mom sent me. We're in the field. Our last Chrissy, yeah, Mr. Roper. Mr. Roper was Suzanne Summers died. Yeah, I think I did hear that. Miss Roper. She was hot, but if I said that today, you can't. Why would you, dude? I mean, why would you, Carl? I just said Suzanne Summers hot. I don't care. What they get canceled? Say Susie Orman. Oh my goodness, Kirk! It's all I have to look at Susie Orman. dude, no one's gonna say you're canceled for saying Suzanne Summers is hot. Now they might cancel you for saying Miss Roper's hot. I always love Mr. Roper's like oh my this like joy yeah is that yeah I never gotten the that show with the freaking what the hell's that show called with Marianne and Ginger Gilligan's Island that never did much to me. Some of you anti-Vanna, you think it's easy to turn those. Well, I'm not going to say that if I still worked in a group setting at work. I'm not going to sit there and say she's hot. Now, if someone said, I don't know, friggin' Brad Pitt's hot, I'd say, yeah, Suzanne Summers hot. But I'm not going to be the one to lead with that. I mean, that's Carl. We are in an environment that men better say things after women. That's just, I mean, stupid, but it's just the nature of the beast. So if you're sitting in a group environment at Vanguard, Charles Schwab, and someone says, "Man, that freaking Brad Pitt's so hot," yeah, it's all right. Well, okay, and I say Suzanne Summers hot, but I'm not going to say Suzanne Summers hot, and then it's look, dude, I've worked at the court. I've never had this chick next to me, Danielle. She's like 5'2" or something like that, and she was just looking to hammer anyone who got out of line. Anyone. I'll never. She'd come up to me. When I first started working there, tell me how she was RA. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I just got here. What? I was like, okay. And trust me, Carl. Carl thinks that I'm like, oh, you're white knighting. Trust me, we had a white knight for her, a guy named Mark, and I'm not gonna say his last name. I was like, dude, I just, you suck, dude. You're such a friggin' clown. Don't you see this chick is full of crap and she's sticking people out to dry? And you're just like trying to be, dude, trust me, Carl. I know Carl thinks, oh, you're waiting at, dude. No. I know what these guys are about. I can't stand it. And the chick was, oh, it was RA. You don't know what. I was like, okay. And we just met each other. What do you want to tell me? It's like, I remember one time she'd go around and just looking for things to basically, they didn't promote me because I'm a woman, and they didn't promote Joey over there because he's black. I was like, oh, maybe they didn't promote you, Danielle, because you're freaking whining all the time. You just whine. That's all you do. Uh, uh, oh, dude, men. I mean, 100%. Men are always, dude. I had a guy USA got fired because his boss basically said he did something. He goes, she came on to me. His boss came on to her. Onto him, and she fired, and he turned her down because he's married. And she said he, you know, came on, and he got. I'll never forget that. And I remember I was sitting there in the freaking office in San Antonio with this guy, and he was like panicked. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's in the middle of the recession because I'm gonna get fired, man. He's like, I can't believe this. She came on to me. And I said, what are you gonna do? It's his word against hers, and her words won because she was the boss, and she was cute. But she used to wear very, let's say, bordering on inappropriate outfits. And I was like, yeah. And again, I'm just going off his words, but I was like, I didn't really know this guy all that well. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know if they're out drinking. I have no idea. But I said, crazy. PWS, you came incompetent. How come women rarely get in trouble with HR? Well, I mean, it's just the nature, dude. It's like why do white people get called? And it's the way we are right now, And there's always a, the pendulum, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, right now, I mean, but you think about it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what did women have to go through? Oh, I'm white knighting. No, women had to go through crap. 20, 30, well, probably 20, 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, I mean, dude, the stories my mom would tell me. It's like it's embarrassing. As a man, I'm embarrassed for how men would treat women and try to and just like you can't no. And so the pendulum always swings too far. It swung too far now. It's coming back. It just run. I just you can't. I just the whining though. It's against men. I'm like it is, but that is a reason because of how men acted before. It's just a fact. So now men got to clean up a little bit. Now we're a little bit too scared, but most men are starting to see like, this has gone over the top. My entire family, no jab for me to pay the bills. The state made me get jabbed. God will take care of them. I have to say, sitting at the bar, having a beer, and listening to the old guys hit on a 20-year-old bartender. 100%. Andrew, in fact, it's funny. My son and I were just talking about this, and Chloe in Charlotte when we're at the UGA tailgate. He said one of the bartenders there, some old guy bought her like a Gucci bag or something like that. It's freaking cringy, dude. Actually, going to the tailgate stuff and watching these old men. When I say old men, like my age, you know what I'm saying? Like ogle these young girls. It's freaking disgusting. It's disgusting. I check out chicks. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not like, whoa. It's like freaking, and I don't drink. So because I'm sober, I got more control over my eyes and stuff like that. But just it's freaking nasty, dude. And it's you just want to go punch these people and say, you freaking just you look so bad. There was a gay guy at work who talked about details of his weeks, etc., with straight women, and one complained to HR as is creeping her out, and she asked him to stop it, and nothing happened yet because he was gay. The bartender's working these guys. Oh, 100%, Ted. I mean, and that's what we're telling Chloe, like, because Chloe's cute and she's young, she's friendly, she smiles. I said, Chloe, you just smile, the guys will freaking give you bigger tips than they give a dude for sure. But the problem is there's always a couple guys who don't know when to stop. That's the issue. That's the issue. Dude, Jill, when I was working another job, when I quit Vanguard, because I was like developing websites in the late 90s. And I went to work at this startup company doing website and investments. And I can't remember, they were foreign, they're like Sweden or something like that. And the guy next to me was this gay guy. And he started talking about his like sexual. It's like, dude, I don't want to hear this crap. And he was like, I was like, I mean, it was explicit. It was been me, him, me, and these like little, not even cubicles, but just little laptops, like right here. Him, me, and some Swedish chick or whatever, Finnish chick, I can't remember. And he was like, saying, yeah, I was out this week and I was like, and this is in the late 90s. It's like, dude, I don't want to just get, what the hell, dude? He was actually not a bad guy, believe it or not. It's just, he just, I was like, dude, just because you're gay, first of all, I don't want to hear that with you and your wife. I just certainly don't want to hear with a dude. It's freaking nasty. Better than being a skin flute player. Anything else is better. Oh my goodness. Matter of time with did he hit on? No, I didn't know because he knows I'm not that way. You know what I'm saying? Because we'd be sitting this. I guess I wasn't smoking. By this time I quit smoking. We would go out to sit out the. He'd be smoking a cigarette. I'd be doing something, and we'd just be taking a break. And he'd be like, "Yeah, I was doing." I was like, "Why would you think I'd want to know that stuff?" But for him, he probably felt like the boys talk about their exploits. Like a frat bros. And it's like, dude, I'm not in the army anymore. I never was a frat boy. That was weird. Maybe you're unshaved and had your shirt on inside out. Maybe it might have hit on you, Josh. Now, I'm sure at that point he would have said, I don't want this, this guy. Gay guys aren't white trash. I mean, they don't like white trash. Gay guys are hipsters. They're hoity-toity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to have money to be gay. There's no way you're being gay if you're a poor white trash kid. Now, you might be trans if you're a poor white trash kid. I've seen that, but no poor white trash kid is being gay. It doesn't happen. One of the best managers ever had was a gay guy. Rose up through the ranks. Women couldn't influence him. He called on the corp. I've had the way you talk about reverse mortgage might turn him on. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, that is classic. The way you talk about reverse mortgages might turn him on. That's the thing with gays, dude. A lot of gays are freaking fantastic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tell you, I would say the majority of the gays I've met are just happy dudes. At least externally. I don't know if they are now. When I was working at our bar, we'd have some gay guys and just great guys. They tip like crazy, good guys. They were kind of silly and in a flirtatious way that was silly. You know what I'm saying? And probably like a guy with a chick. And like it wasn't anything over the top. But there's always there's always going to be a couple guys. They're just over the top. That never happened to me, but there's a couple of tables. I remember I was working a couple of gay tables, I should say, and a couple were just a little bit too. It was like, but most of them were just freaking fantastic. And they tipped like crazy, man. Tipped like crazy, and it was fun. And they're good, fun guys for sure. No problem with it at all. We shouldn't be promoting it. But that's the whole point. I'm not anti-gay at all. Just don't promote that crap. Anyway, but most of them would be righteous, and a lot of gay guys, they don't want this freaking LGBT mafia crap. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, leave me alone. The problem is that they, even though if they're the majority, is the minority that's insane. And the sane minority, I hate to say it, but it's an insane minority of Christian people too, a same minority of Muslim people, insane minority of any group of people. The insane minority seems to dictate. It's like, oh, that's why a lot of people don't like Christians, because they have an insane minority of people who just don't live up to what. Like, I was just watching a video of that freaking God. What's that guy's name? He donated a bunch of money to, like, not Diddy, but some famous black guy. He bought him a plane. Some pastor guy. I just like, dude, you're like Ken Copeland or something like that. It's like, you suck. You're horrible. You're a horrible man. You're just a horrible man. Never mind, using get a room. Didn't George Hamilton do some ads before Selleck? Some men have been unjustly accused. No way to get everything right. Trust me, I put up with. I guarantee you, Penelope. I mean, the stuff I heard from my mom, like, dude, you just want to start punching people. It's not even just like, it's just. But the problem is that you have idiots like Lena Dunham who just want the attention and start accusing men of being assaulted, and that didn't happen. And now we have this guy that Lena Dunham went to school with, that wherever that freaking rich kid school was in Ohio, that just lost $30 million in a lawsuit. Whoever be known as a guy who maybe sexually assaulted Lena Dunham, even though he didn't. It's totally made up. And it's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So you got these worthless women who just, that's how they're like the chick Danielle I was working with. She's desperate to be viewed as a victim. Me too. I was like that too. And you're like, dude, Danielle, no one's ever doing that to you. Trust me, it ain't happening. No one's ever doing it. Just not happening. But yes, it did. And I'm going to put you on a list 35 years later. I'm going to go after you like that Justice Kavanaugh, like with Chris, whatever that Blasey Ford line sack of crap is. Crazy. Was it JD Jakes, Andrew? Jakes was okay. Yeah. So dude, so there's, and the funny thing is, Carl might not understand, but I guess I'm white knighting. Some of these women who came up the ranks in the 70s and 80s, they're freaking a hell of a lot tougher than us, Carl. I'll tell you right now, because they had to put up with that crap and keep crushing. Kind of like the black guys. Like if you're a black quarterback in the 60s and 70s, kind of like that. Yeah, these guys are friggin', they're tough. There's some tough mofos right there. I guarantee Penelope could lay you out. And I don't mean like punching. I mean just saying in terms of what she's been through versus what you've been through. Hey, it's Angie. Some of these ladies, they've had to put up some serious crap. That doesn't mean I'm white knighting. I'm just telling you. You know it. I know it. No, you see now you see, Carl. The problem is you're saying today's female managers are shite. You just not no. There's some that are shite and there's some that are horrible. There's some gay guys that are shite, some that are great, some freaking straight men that are horrible, and some that, I mean, it's not all inclusive. That's the drawback. But I'm telling you, man, if you're growing up in the 70s and you're a decent looking, hell, not even a decent looking lady. I mean, imagine the crap that you had to see, you had to put up with just to do your job, dude. Freaking nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then you got to go home to your husband, and your husband's like, I can't do anything about it. Jill was a female manager. I wasn't white. I don't get it, Jill. Jill was a female manager. Penelope has an excellent biting sense of humor, mostly long gone. Wait, Paul, you know Penelope? She doesn't have a sense of humor anymore. I was shy. I wasn't. Yeah, like Jill too. I guarantee Jill was. I don't know what Jill looks like. I've never clue. But Jill said she was a blonde girl growing up, so I imagine she still had luscious locks in the corporate environment. I guarantee. If you want to get raised, Jill. Justin Bieber. Why? What's up with Justin Bieber? Yeah, Angie. We're talking about. So what we're saying, Angie, is right now the pendulum is swung against men in the corporate environment, and Carl's like, it's not fair. I said, no, we all agree it swung too far, but when you factor in what it was at one point, it's inevitable for it to swing this far because women had to put up with so much shite from stupid, idiotic men. You know what I'm saying? And now it's and even and I will even take the defense. Look, I hate the stupid Me Too stuff, but the women had to put up with way up here, and men have to put up with like down here. You see what I'm saying? So it's still not even Steven, even though it is coming back around to more, I hope, more mainstream. But yeah, I mean, the facts are women had to put up. I mean, like, I know my mom was a good looking lady in, I'd say corporate America, but in the workforce, we're trying to raise children while her freaking husband was a scumbag. You see what I'm saying? Desperate for work. There's no work in the 70s. So if your husband's a scumbag, not bringing any money in, and your wife's got to do it, and she's like getting harassed, and there's no jobs out there, women got to put up with that crap, and that's punching people time. So if you right here in the 70s, the women are here, they're freaking get harassed like crazy, and this is 70s my time. Men are like right here, kind of still way under what the women went through. And I just think we got to recognize that. That doesn't mean this where the men are right now up against the wall is good. It just means at the end of the day, we got to remember where we came from. And that's why the pendulum swings. It swung too hard on one side, and now it's coming back, and they'll come back. The Penelope still has it, yeah, and Jill does too, man. Angie, if you're a chick on this YouTube stream, you're tough, man. All there is to it. No one's gonna be sitting here and listen to Pulverizer, me, freaking Carl, all you clowns on here, all of us, and saying, "Oh, 15." Michael Scott won last week at Days Working Part 2. Oh, so the best one was he was 15. Who did that with JD? What's that guy's name? JD Jakes or something like that. My three best managers were all women, smart and focused. Couldn't say that for the males. I think having a good sense of humor, diplomacy, 100%. Dude, having a good sense of humor is, classic. I mean, I think for all of life's, if you can just roll with the punches, man. But it's hard. I was falsely accused by some chick. I went to freaking jail for one night. I had to spend thousands of dollars in my defense. This guy, Nene, your old buddy Josh, is completely fabricated. It's the exact opposite. Whatever it is, assault and battery me, your old buddy Josh. It was insane. I was freaking mad. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget. I was in AA. My AA's whatever his sponsor, whatever. He's like, dude, you're letting this affect you. Like you're literally letting her make you angry. I said, yeah, I should be. He goes, okay, well, if you want to be angry all the time, you should, so she can control you. And I'm not saying it right the way he said it, but it's like, he said, so basically you're allowing her to control you. So what are you talking about? He goes, why are you so pissed? I said, because she's controlling you. So, anyway, I'm not going to do this. And this guy was probably 5'5", just like leathery brown. He's a white guy in Central Phoenix, just leathery brown skin, smoked like a carton a day, just old school, living in the gutter. And yet he was in AA as my sponsor. Was he my sponsor? Yeah, it was my sponsor. I can't remember his name. I will never forget that. I literally remember we were sitting on 24th Street in Indian School, I think is where we were. Right? Maybe it's 24th Street in Indian School. I think it was. And I'll never forget sitting in that place, having an AA meeting. And when we're done, he said, hey, let's talk. I said, what? I was like, that guy freaking crushed me. He was just like, dude, you're letting this chick control you. I said, rah, rah, rah. He goes, all right, well, you can be mad, but do you want to be mad? I said, no. I said, then why are you mad? Rah, 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 rah. And he just freaking, that guy, he didn't even tell me what he'd been. I mean, I knew what he'd been through. He didn't tell me like, let me tell you what. Or he didn't say like Carl said, you need to watch James Perkins. He just said, dude, come on. Anyway, I'll never forget that. It hit me like a ton of bricks, man. Don't be too square and more open-minded. You'll get further. I have to say my two best bosses were women. Oh, yeah, Justin Bieber got groomed by Diddler. Yeah, Pete Diddler, 100%. Hey, here's another Denise. Part of Josh's gang. That's what I'm saying. Dude, if you're a lady on this, and I call them chicks because they can deal with it. There are some people, if you're a lady on this stream, dude, you got friggin', you got balls of steel, pardon my French. You know what I'm saying? Because this is kind of like a boys' locker room. This is basically what we are. We're an infantry unit. We're all just talking smack. Now, we're not talking we're holding back on some of the stuff men say and young men in a boys' locker room or an infantry platoon because we're older now. But when you're 19, 20, there are stuffs that won't be said here. But when you're, I'm 54 with 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, I'm going to tell you, no, not like that. But I think having a sense of humor is critical for everything. I think people got too much of a stick up their ass and they're looking to be offended. They're like, oh my goodness. Um, Steve Jobs was a misogynist. Ovaries of steel. Hey, the family man. Find in corporate world has people move up the ladder and start making bank. They never retire because it becomes custody job with a big pay. Do you watch Pearl on this kind of topic? I agree with some. No clue what you're saying, Kirk. I wish Kirk would make sense, dude. What the hell's going on? Kirk is obviously smoking the ganj in there in Portland, Oregon. Do you watch Pearl on this kind of topic? I agree with some. For the love of the good Lord, Carl, not Carl, Kirk. We speak English here in America. I know you're in Portland, but my lands, Pearl is not hot enough to watch. The hell's Pearl? Oh wait, is that Asian trans chick or trans person that one of y'all tried to get me to watch? My husband got his first pension check yesterday. Oh man, that's odd. What would he retire from, Angie? Kirk too many puffs, 100%. Kirk's got a new baby though, that's why. So he's probably tired anyway. Pearl Davis not a channel that Josh could ever watch. Isn't Pearl Davis like some trans dude or something like that? I don't know what the Pearl Davis. Yeah. Pearl's a pear-shaped, balding redhead gal. Wasn't there some like trans Asian dude that you all try to get me to watch, or someone did? You have zero clue, Josh. That's okay. I don't know what the hell. Oh, it's a contractor for the commercial construction. All right. But Kirk's not a milk toast. Oh my goodness, milk. That's true. He's just toast. He's like, I'm toasted, man. I'm toasted. Did I offend Kirk? Oh, hopefully I didn't offend Kirk. So that's the thing with men. See, now, ladies, you guys here will get this, but a lot of ladies don't understand. Men, we talk crap to each other, and if we get offended, where we get bothered, at some point there might be fisticuffs. Then 5 minutes later, you're back to talking crap to each other. Women can be brutal like this for years, and I'm just like, I don't know how y'all do it. Men, we say, me and Kirk right here, Carl. I mean, not Kirk. Me and Carl be freaking fisticuffs, and 2 seconds later, we're drinking pints of Guinness. That's how men work. We just get it. You know what I'm saying? We're just, let's go, boing. Okay, we're done. Women, on the other hand, oh, no, not like that. They're just like, talk to the fist. No, I guess they're not talk to the fist. What they do, they used to do the black girls talk to the hand or something. I can't remember what the black girls would do. And the white girls had a copy because the white girls, for some reason, think following whatever the black girls do is cool. I don't understand it. And the black girls are trying to follow what the white girls do with their fake blonde hair and all that stuff. Karen Strice is the happy wife school as well. He loves his ignorance and irons with white cape. Men punch in the jaw and they eating pizza together 5 minutes later. 100% Ted. Ted, you got a brother on Facebook. You got a brother, Ted. There's another Westerfield. I can't remember if I'm friends with him on Facebook or I saw his thing on Facebook. I said, I wonder if that's Ted's brother. Looks like another hurricane headed to Florida. Bad year for them this year. Hey. A male colleague was falsely accused. There was a full investigation. I was happy to give my statement of what I had observed. The woman was chasing after it was dropped, but he got no apology. Yeah, see, that's not good. That's bad. And that's the issue is we can't correct bad things that men did to women by now being bad. It's kind of like Thomas Sowell's. We can't fix racism by being racist. You see what I'm saying? We can't fix the racism of the past by being racist, something like that. And we can't fix what women had to go through in the past by being anti-man. And LaCroix, because I swing that way. No, not my. Okay, gotcha. Josh, right? I have a sister like that. I just never have been like that. I don't hold grudges. An argument doesn't bother me. It's just a debate or yeah, right. 100%, Jill. Exactly. 100%. And the only reason I think you're mad at me, Jill, anytime you email because you put like a million apostrophes in there. Jill says, "Hey, Josh, apostrophe. You need to read this book, apostrophe." She doesn't. I'm just doing that because Carl said, "Hey, I fixed racism. I'm married a Latina. That's all pink on the inside." Kirk. Oh man. Oh, that's funny, Kirk. That's funny. So now you have brown kids. That's what they'll say. There was some chick I saw on something. She's like, I fixed racism by marrying a Latin guy or something like that. And it's like they showed like pictures of her kids or like it was so stupid. So she married some Latin guy, and she's like, I'm fixing racism by marrying a brown guy. And then she showed pictures of her children. They were basically like Argentinian, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, because Argentina is white, is all there is to it. Just because they can speak Spanish doesn't mean they're not white. And it's so funny. Like, do you really think, oh, all right. Yeah, you got to be able to laugh, dude. And if you carry grudges, life's too short to carry grudges. No. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, my friends. All right, God bless. All good. Even Carl. Carl, you're always welcome, man. Just real quick with Denise. Um, she's going through a lot of issues. She literally died 2 years ago. Something else happened a year ago, and she's a tough skin. And I just, I do have I do. I don't want to protect her. She doesn't need my protecting, but knowing what I know what Denise is going through, there is a little bit of sympathy that should be gone her way. And you might not know. That's okay. But just when it comes to Denise, and it's one of those things that if you kind of knew what was going on, you might back off a little bit as opposed to kind of poking the bear. Ladies are tough and don't mean when men white knighting for. Yeah, but see, that's the issue, man. Like, what is a white knight? I mean, this is where I hate. You're just white knighting. Now, if you're standing up for a lady, or you're standing up for, so if I'm standing up for a person because they're being falsely accused. If I'm standing up for a dude, I'm not white knighting him. But if I'm standing up for a lady, that means I'm white knighting her. It does make sense. Now I know what white knight. I get it. It's just I hate that crap. Like I was telling you about the guy I used to work with. I was like, dude, you're such a freaking clown. You really think you're gonna get with this chick by what? By you? So that's what happens. The white knights think they're gonna get with a chick. They're like, oh, I'll show it. I'm a male feminist. I'll show them. It's like, dude, you're just, yeah. Not only that, but you don't want to get with a chick who needs someone to white knight for, or who's looking for a white knight. Trust me. Well, not trust me. I don't know. But if you're hoping to get with a chick who's hoping to have someone white knighting for, that's a relationship made in hell. And you don't want anything to do that. These guys are just wolves in sheep, 100%, man. A man can stand up for this lady. Yeah, look at Jill. Jill's crushing. Angie's crushing. The other Denise is crushing. The other Denise is half Mexican. We are white with light skin. Half of us have blue eyes. Oh man, I have to say, when I was in the army, this guy was from Mexico. Was a Texican. He used to say there'd be blonde-headed Mexicans with blue eyes. Dude, he would tell me about. I was like, damn, like same South Padre Island. He said, dude, you don't understand, Scanlon. I said, oh, blonde-headed Mexicans with freaking brown eyes or blue eyes. Damn. All right, I'm out of here. God bless. We'll see you guys. Thanks again. Sorry about the ads and all that. I didn't do anything about it. It's just on there. But next time we'll be on StreamYard solely. All right, we'll see you, man. All right, I gotta shower, Finny, because